how to better optimize your Google My Business page, and what new features are there that you can implement to improve how you show up in the local map section. Hey guys, Jamal Galadari here, helping law firms and attorneys with online marketing and SEO. The Google My Business page is free. You need to start utilizing it today. It's one of the highest trafficked areas when someone is looking for an attorney. And there's so many free things you can do to optimize it that don't cost you anything that will really impact how you show up in regards to your competition. And we don't know how long Google's going to continue to have the Google My Business page for free. Google's constantly changing things. For example, I'm sure you guys have seen these new local service ads. I can do another video about that, but it's in your best interest to get Google screened. It's only going to help performance overall. But today I just wanted to focus on the Google My Business page and the map section here and how to better optimize your Google My Business page. So you want to show up in the map section as much as possible. Now, what a lot of firms are doing is, and actually you'll see, it's actually against Google policy to have like keywords in the title if it's not your business name, or if you're doing business as like an LLC. That's where you can see a lot of firms are adding in some keywords like injury attorney or family law attorney or divorce in their business name. Now, Google hasn't done anything to stop that. So you'll see a trend. More and more firms are doing that to show up better in the map section because they actually have that keyword in their business name. Now, if you notice a bunch of firms that they don't have that as doing business as, or it's not part of their LLC, then you can report them to Google, and Google will actually basically take down their Google My Business page. So I would advise you a good trick to do is just take a look at the competition, see what they're doing on their Google My Business page, and better optimize yours. So, and you can report them as well. So today I'm just going to go over some really key factors that are only going to help, and they're all free. So I'll start with just this Google My Business page here so you guys can kind of get an idea of all the free things you can do. So for the start, you want to have your law firm in the title. And that way you want to have what we call NAP consistency, name, address, and phone number. You want that across the board the same as much as possible, but especially on your Google My Business page, you want to have your title, so your firm name. You also want to select a category, and there's a primary category and subcategories. You want to choose your primary category to be whatever category you want to rank for, or whatever practice area you want to get clients from. So if you're a personal injury attorney, it should say personal injury attorney. If you're a estate planning attorney, it should say estate planning. And another factor that you want to take a look at is if you're typing in divorce, for example, and in the map section, all you see is in the category for your competition where it says family law attorney, then more than likely you're going to want to add that primary category as a family law attorney, because those other firms are showing up for that keyword search divorce under family law. Now you could choose divorce as your primary, but if all the other firms have the family law as their primary, then you should as well if you want to compete with them and beat them. But if you also could set your divorce as a primary and add subcategory as family law. So you want to make sure you have your primary category is the one you really want to focus on and target, and then the subcategories be the other practice areas that maybe you target. So what that's telling Google is that is what your law firm practices in, and they should be offering your Google My Business page to those legal consumers that are doing the search in the search engine page, right? So you want to make sure you're choosing the correct category. I come across it way too often where firms do not have a Google My Business page optimized, and literally you can do it yourself. Another tip is just download the Google My Business app. It makes it extremely easy to do everything that I'm telling you to do today. You can do it right from your cell phone. It doesn't take too much work from you. It just takes a couple, let's say 30 minutes of optimizing it. And you don't have to do it all at once. You can do a couple things at once and then do some more, right? But the more you do on your Google My Business page, the better results you're going to get, and the more frequent you're on there making updates and changing it, the better it is for your Google My Business page. Now, another thing is drive reviews. Drive reviews. I can't stress that enough. There's a large weight on reviews. So the more reviews you have, the better your Google My Business page is going to show up, right? So if you have a ton of reviews, not only that, clients trust reviews a great deal in regards to family and friends. I have another video where I covered that. But drive reviews. So do your best to drive reviews, and not only just drive reviews to your Google My Business page, you also want to drive reviews to other places in the legal industry, Facebook, or your social media sites, as well as directories, right? You see FindLaw, some other firms, you'll see Martindale, Avvo, where they have reviews and they're showing them there. It just helps with your social proof as well as converting clients when you're driving reviews. Now there's a link you can create, which I'm not going to go over that today. I already have a video on that already, but a link you can create to generate more reviews. Now another optimization is make sure that all of your hours are updated. I've gone to many firms where you see their Google My Business page doesn't match the same exact hours that they work, and then it's only going to frustrate the legal consumer if they're calling, you're not answering the phone, it says that you're open, or they stop by your office and you're not there because your office hours are wrong. So make sure your office hours are wrong and correct, and up to date. And also make sure that you have the correct address in your Google My Business page, right? NAP consistency. Too many times addresses are off by a suite number, or maybe it's a street address is off. These are really important, especially for your potential client. So make sure your addresses are up to date. Another big thing you can do is for all of your current reviews, reply to all of them. It shows consumers that you care, that you're involved. So reply to all the reviews that you get. And again, that's just going to show the consumer that you care and you're involved, but it also shows to Google that you're being very interactive with the legal consumer and just a consumer in general on your Google My Business page. Another thing people actually don't know, it's a great trick, is the photos. A lot of times I come across firms that'll just have a screenshot from Google, and they have no photos. For whatever photo you want to set here, you can set your primary photo to either, let's say, your law firm logo or your actual, or you, because a lot of potential clients want to see who they're working with. So set that photo to either your logo, so everyone sees the same branding message, or a photo of you. And then a huge thing is take geolocation photos and a ton of photos in your Google My Business page. There's going to be an interior and exterior section, and you want to take photos with your smartphone and make sure your location settings turned on because they'll embed it in the picture, and then you upload those to your Google My Business page. Take as many as you want. You can take to 20 plus, and it's only going to help. There's a huge correlation between how you show up in the map section, how many photos you have. So upload those geolocation photos, again, with the Google My Business page app to your Google My Business page. Another great thing is to take a bio video of the firm. So our cell phones take fantastic videos, right? And you could just take a video and briefly describe what areas you practice in, how long you've been practicing, and then upload that to your Google My Business page. What that does is Google indexes everything that you say in the video, and it's embedding your Google My Business page. It's separating you from your competitors, because I bet they're not doing that. And if they are, if you want to even compete, you're going to have to do that as well. And just get comfortable with it. Just do a brief bio video and upload it to your Google My Business page. That's also going to help you rank better in the local map section. Now, there's a lot more factors that go in that, but make sure you have your website connected. If you have a website, make sure your website's connected on here as well. And when you have your website connected, of course, Google is going to offer up firms that have quality SEO, backlinks, and everything. But there's a lot of free stuff you can do yourself, like the stuff that I'm mentioning already, that will still help you rank a lot better in the Google Maps section if another firm, even though they have a great website, isn't doing any of this stuff, right? Um, Another thing you can do here is you want to make sure you have a brief bio of the firm. And it's really important to have a brief bio. Not only just it's telling the legal consumer what you do, it's telling Google what you do, and as well as you can put in keywords in there as well. So the things you want to target, let's say personal injury, premise liability, list out what you take on and try to maximize that and get it fully filled out, right? Try to maximize the word count on it and add in those keywords. Of course, make it make sense and make sure it flows correctly, but adding in those practice areas and adding a brief bio to your Google My Business page. So many people don't optimize their Google My Business page, and you could be literally getting more clients and getting a better return on all that you're doing online by optimizing your Google My Business page a lot better. Now, if your current provider isn't doing some of this stuff, every provider is different. Some of them will be able to do this stuff, some of them won't. But this is stuff you can do today, right? You can start optimizing this stuff today. Here, another thing you can add is recent updates. Now, these are blogs that you can actually post, or just a regular update that you post to your Google My Business page. Again, showing Google that you're very active. The legal consumer sees that you're active, as well as they can find more information, start interacting with your Google My Business page more, which is only going to help you show up better in the local map section. So this is where you can do recent posts and add these to your Google My Business page. So when you do a post, let's say on your website, on Facebook, add it to your Google My Business page as well. It's only going to help you show up better in the map section. And why not? It doesn't cost you anything to do it, right? So post that on your Google My Business page as well. And then profiles. Another thing that's missed is add in all your social media profiles on your Google My Business page. Again, it's just going to help with interaction. People will click on that and be interacting with Google My Business page. So the more you can add your profile, the more you can optimize this, the better it is. And another thing is you see here, Google's already offering up other firms, right? It used to be you'd get a referral, and nowadays people are getting 3 referrals. They're going online, they're doing their research. There's so much information out there today that you have to protect your referrals. So if I'm a legal consumer and I looked up your firm and I see these other firms, I'm going to click on it. If you have a much better online presence, your Google My Business page is interactive, way more filled out, odds are they are going to choose you. So you might as well fill this stuff out to help with your conversion rate overall. Another thing you can do, which is kind of a new feature, is the products page. So for your law firm, for example, this firm has the products for what practice area and services they provide. So what you do is there's plenty of places you can get free stock photos. You can add a stock photo here and then write just a briefly what services you have here and then link it to your website. That is, again, another way you can better optimize your Google My Business page. Not only are you putting in some of the key things that you do, it's also going to help your business page show up in the local map section. It's also going to show the legal consumer what you do, and it also drives traffic to your website because people will click on this and then they'll actually click on learn more, and it actually goes to your website. So that, again, is only going to help you show up better in the local map section, which is the highest trafficked area. So if you take a look, also you can do what we call a competitor analysis. Just take a look at what other law firms are doing. If you want to rank for something, like I mentioned, like family law or divorce, see what the other firms that are ranking for that keyword search that you're doing are doing in the map section, right? So you can see here, this firm has products, they have question and answers, right? So someone asks a question and they're answering that question, right? If you can get some consumers to ask you questions, that's always great too. So you can respond to those questions as well. Again, interacting with that Google My Business page, helping you show up more. But if I was doing a competitor analysis, I'd take a look at this firm. For example, they're doing a lot of the stuff that I went through today, right? And this is just one simple search. and you can see that they have a very optimized Google My Business page. So if you're trying to compete with other firms in the local map section, you're doing none of this, odds are they're going to continue to beat you. Well, I hope that was helpful. That's a quick rundown on a lot of free stuff you could be doing to optimize your Google My Business page. It only takes you some time, and I would definitely do that and optimize that and make sure it's completely filled out. Well, I hope I didn't miss anything. I hope you enjoy the content that I'm putting out. If you are enjoying the content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can visit me at jamalgaladari.com or feel free to call me anytime. I'm here to be a resource for you and your law firm. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.